Shalom, praise the Lord, gloria a Dios. As usual, I always come up with something new. Today we're going to talk about a lot of things. Please watch my video beginning. From the beginning, from the end, that's the only way you all will understand. And also, if you didn't watch this is the first time you're watching my video, then please watch my other videos so you can understand why I always tell you who I am. I am the one they've been looking for. I am their Messiah. I am their Moshiach. I am what God has sent me to them. So let's talk about, there is a confusion in Christianity and Judaism, and a lot of Christians still don't understand, and their pastor do not teach them that in reality, the Jewish people are right and Christian people are wrong. And they all will see pretty soon. But the meanwhile, I get a lot of questions. People calls me and they sometimes curse me because of they are Christian. But the time will come, and it is very soon, and they will know that Jesus is not the Lord, Jesus is not their Messiah. But the title of this video is God deceived the Satan and Satan used the Jesus. Now, it is very good title and very confusing title, and a lot of people will get upset and mad. But let me explain to you how the Satan been used. I mean, God knew it. God knew it that Satan is going to one day turn his back on him. And so how all these things fall as we read in the Bible in Lucifer, as a Lucifer, fallen Lucifer, the angel in Isaiah chapter, and that's the way we know that there is a Satan. Now Satan is always been there from the Genesis to all the way, you can say Malachi, or you can go to the Revelation. Satan is always there and he does his work. But remember, Satan always have to go to the God. He has to answer to the God, as we know. If you remember in the Number chapter, Balaam 24, Balaam 17 maybe, when Balaam was trying to curse the Jewish people, and he was riding on the donkey, and then the donkey didn't listen to him 3 times, and finally donkey talked to him and say, Master, I always listen to you, but I cannot do today because of, and then suddenly Balaam saw the angel of the Lord with a sword, and angel of the Lord said that you almost got killed, but God had mercy on you, and whatever the story was. And so the Satan was there. Satan is always there. Satan was also on the job. If you read the Job chapter, Satan has to go up there. God asked him. Then if you remember in Zechariah chapter 3, that Joshua was caught up and the Satan was there. Now that one, I always gave you my vision that I was caught up in heaven and the Satan was there and the angels were there, and God rebuked him and I got the crown. So Satan is always there. And then the donkey things. The donkey is always there from the beginning. And if you understand the donkey part, because today there are a lot of people are talking about what is going to come in the cloud or the donkey. Now that time, the donkey is the only one thing that people can ride other than other animal, but there wasn't no car or not a plane or anything. So the first thing was the donkey. So if you read the New Testament, that main thing on the New Testament, they believe that Jesus is the Lord from some of those scriptures, that he born of the virgin. They took the born of the virgin from the Isaiah chapter 14. about the Emmanuel, the chapter 12, I guess. Emmanuel, the virgin will conceive the boy, and his name will be Emmanuel, means God is with us. And they took first thing is that one that I explained to you in the Micah chapter 5 2, that how they use that virgin thing from the Isaiah instead of the Micah 5 2, where the woman in labor. And if you read in the context, it's all about the end time, not in the middle. Jesus is in the middle, where the Old Testament comes, then Jesus comes, and now we are in the end time. In the end time is the one we talking about over here. So they use Jesus as first, as a born of the virgin. Then they said, oh, the star appeared. The star appeared in the sky. But if you read in the Genesis chapter 49:10, he's talking about the star will, number, in the number 24:17, it says star will come out of Jacob. That doesn't mean the star will appear in the sky. The star means he's talking about somebody will come, that he will do the job. He will be the star, like we sometimes use as he's a star of the Houston or star of the something when they do something good. So it's not the star in the sky, it's the star. And then in the Matthew and Mark and Luke, they talk about that Magi came and Magi saw we saw the star and we know that Messiah is born. That's how they twist most of the things they twist. Now, Jesus talk about the Daniel. You will see what's the Daniel spoke about. But he didn't understand the Daniel complete book. He may think that 70 weeks of prophecy, and that's why the Christian people all believe. The 70 weeks of prophecy is done. 69 weeks been done, and we are in the last week. That's how they are understanding that Jesus came there, Messiah, he died, and he will come back. See, the thing is, he had no choice but telling them all these lies to believe him. Believe him that, look, I'm going to come back. Because he didn't know that Son of Man. He knew the Torah. He knew the Torah. And he knew that what God said to Daniel, when God showed him the vision, that Son of Man come in the cloud. He knew that one. But he didn't know when this Son of Man will come in the cloud. So he said that, you know what? I'm just going to have to tell them that I will be back. I will be back in the cloud. But he's not coming back in the cloud because the Son of Man in the cloud is already came. He already came and he rests upon me. So the answer for the man that they are talking about, he will come in the donkey or in the cloud. Let me tell you, he already came in the cloud, first of all. Second thing, if that time something like that happened and he come on the donkey, then it's understandable that he is the Messiah. But the first of all, Son of Man didn't came in his cloud, as they talk about in John chapter 3, the Spirit like dove came upon him. Not the Son of Man rest upon him. First thing. And so he said that, the Son of Man, I don't know when he's going to come. So I better tell them that I will be coming later on in the cloud. So he's not coming, first of all. And I already came as an answer of he's going to come in the cloud or on the donkey. Now the cloud is not to see everybody. But again, it could happen miraculously again if the Jewish people don't accept me by faith. Then it could happen miraculously again, just like he came down He can take this body and straight on the Mount Moriah. It could happen. So there are possibilities. There are possibilities that Messiah can already came in the cloud, not to see the whole world, and then again he may come as a miraculously in on Mount Moriah. That could possibility. And come as a donkey. Yes, in you don't see over here in city over here in Houston, Texas, any donkey, but you can still see in Jerusalem. There are donkeys in the small towns. You can see the donkeys. So he may just come on the donkey again. He already came. I already was on donkey when I was in Jerusalem, and for a while God didn't reveal everybody. I don't know why. Maybe my time didn't come, and I came back, and now again I'm telling you who I am, what I am. I am the Shiloh, I am the branch, I am the son of King David, I am the adopted son of God, I am the one the Balaam talk about, I am the one the Jacob talk about, I am the one to build the temple in Zechariah chapter talk about. I am the one was caught up in heaven. I was the one caught up front of the angel and the Lord. I am the one, the transgressor, and I am the one is to build the temple. I am the prolonged one. Now, they take a lot of things about the suffering servant. They do not understand the suffering servant is not him. Suffering servant is Israel. Israel is the one is suffering servant, but God have put in 53 such a way, chapter Isaiah 53, if you read and understand, the God put such a way that it seems like, yes, it seems like, oh, in the beginning, he is the suffering servant, Jesus, that he died on the cross. But we don't know he died or he didn't die, because he woke up in the third day and then he disappeared. So the resurrection wasn't happened that time. Now he raised the dead. What is his name? Lazarus. But how come he didn't raise everybody else? And Torah doesn't talk about that this Messiah will raise the dead. He said, yes, it will happen on the resurrection of the dead, but not miracles. All those things doesn't mention in Torah, but the way God have wrote, or prophet have wrote, or prophet wrote by inspired by God. If you read the chapter 53, in the beginning, it seems like, oh, he is the one, because we saw a movie. People saw the Jesus movie and how they make him suffer. But they do not understand what Jewish people being suffered, because God talks about that. God, in reality, God is the made them suffer, but also God promised them to bring them home. God promised them to bring them home. All those things never happened. What God have told him, he never fulfilled, not even one prophecy. Not even one prophecy. Jesus been deceived by Satan. And so if you read, I can't go on the whole thing, because, God gives me so much stuff, and I have over here, I wrote it down, but this many pages I have to read to make you understand that how many times you can see that Jesus is not their Messiah. Jesus been deceived. Like when he said, when the Satan come to him and he said that if you fall down from this mountain or from this building, and your angel will come and save, or I will give you this whole world if you worship me. Now why Satan go to him? Why Satan go to him? And maybe he listened to Satan. Maybe he listened to Satan and he said, yeah, well, you know what? He's trying to giving me. He said that the whole world will be mine. Maybe he decided to took that job. Who knows? He may took that job and say, okay, all right, give me the world. But to get the world, you're going to have to do this. You have to act like you are the Messiah. And that's what he was doing it. And like I said, when he was on the donkey going towards cross, he probably thought that the angel of the Lord will come and stop donkey and he will be saved. But I think so that didn't happen. So all those things, if you understand, he came to deceive the world. He made the Christianity out of Judaism. He made a new religion because he knows that one day, my days are over. And so he had to build up his people. Like, if you look at Trump has everything, right? But when you see him, if you look and watch, I saw a couple of video. One time he was with one of the TV channel, and then one time he was near the Washington where he was getting out from the plane, and somebody asked him the question. The both time he looked towards heaven, and this is what he said: I am the chosen one. I am the chosen one. Now wait a minute. Is he challenging the God? Is he telling him that I am the chosen one by the Satan? Because if you are a chosen one, God already knows because he's the one choose you. Why would you look at up there and say, I am the chosen one? It doesn't make any sense to me. Unless he is challenging God that, look, Satan have choose me. And it is possibility, we're just talking, it is possibility because everything point over here in the Bible in the end time is the land of Babylon, this is the spiritual land of Babylon. As even in the Revelation chapter talk about the prostitute, the United States, the New York, where everybody have drink the water from. Everybody have done business through New York. Everything started in New York. So also the exile is in New York also. The Edom, they call Edom, Edom. So the king of Edom is United States of America. So all those things, and the Christianity is in America. The majority of the Christians on the world is United States of America. Of course, there are 2 billion people, Christians, and then 2 billion, maybe more than 2 billion Muslim. And these two are the one right now. If you look towards together, because Muslim believe that Jesus is the prophet, they believe Jesus is the Lord and Jesus is the God. Even maybe Jesus is a prophet, but these two communities and religions are together. And the other side, you look at the Hindus, they worship the idols, they believe in all the God, and the other side, the Jew, where God is a spirit and true worshipper worship the God in the spirit and truth. Now all those things, if you are a student of Bible, you will understand that what I'm talking about. So this end time, that the deceiver, which is that I'm talking about, gonna come, is gonna come. The false Messiah will come, and he is here. Because according to the Daniel book, 9:24 to 9:27, there will be a false Messiah. There will be a false Messiah, which is a lot of Christian people think that because I am proclaiming who I am, and so they probably gonna think that I am the Antichrist. On the same time, remember in the Old Testament, God always tell you my name. His name is I am. His name is not Jesus. His name is not Jesus. His name is I am. And so I am the one have sent me. Yes. So he used also Father and Son and the Holy Spirit. Now the Holy Spirit is talking about that when the Messiah will come, that day in Jerusalem. Listen to me. If you read the Zechariah chapter, you will understand it is going to happen in Jerusalem. First, the tribe of Judah and the 12th tribe of Israel, whoever will be in Jerusalem, because Israeli people is the light of the world. God have choose all the 12 tribe of Israel. They are his firstborn. And I am the one God have choose me to lead them. We need to start working on the building, the temple, his house. And that authority been given to me, nobody else. If everybody is talking about that they're building the temple, they're doing the sacrifice, they cannot do nothing without me. I've been telling them again and again and again that listen, you cannot do nothing without me. I have to be there. Spirit of the Lord has to be there, as Isaiah chapter says, 42 or 52, that he will be your rear and he will be going before you. Before you, he will be there for you. He will go with you. And then we're going to build the house. Who can build his house? He owns everything, earth and the heaven. But he has given us opportunity to build his house. So let's start building his house. Now again, I told you that Jesus been deceived by God, because God knew it, that Satan is going to do something, and Satan used everything from the Old Testament, all the scriptures, and twist. As you read, the virgin will conceive a boy, which is not for the purpose of that thing. But he used, as he thought, he wrote it down. Maybe he is trying to trick me out. And let me do the same thing, whatever he wrote it down. And that's what exactly he manipulate all the Christian people. Christian people, all these pastors are not reading Old Testament properly. And if they consider and if they start thinking, maybe they are right, and let us put that maybe Jesus came to deceive us. Just look, even the parables. All God in the Old Testament talk about the prophet will come, and God talks to them in a vision and in the parable. So let me ask you, he is the one use exactly the thing what God talk about and use as a parable. He talk in a parable, and you can see the miracles. The miracles, he didn't talk about any miracles other than when 10 plagues happened. That time Moses did all the miracles. But other than that, nobody raised any man in the Old Testament. Nobody. Even King David didn't got resurrected. Even though he was the most exalted king and the man on the earth. So where this guy come up with the wake up the Lazarus, and then he end up dying, and then he disappear. If he disappear, I heard in the Google that people saw him in somewhere in China and India, and then in India in the Kashmir he died. So let me tell you, there are so many people. He said also, so many will come on my name. In the end time, so many will come on my name that I am the Jesus. Of course, but nobody's from Torah side, Old Testament side, that saying any other name than the God of Israel. He is the one going to use the son of King David, in the line of King David. So he's going to use the son of King David as in the line of King David. That's what he's talking about. Not him. He's born of the virgin. No. In the 2 Samuel 7:13 talk about that he will be born of the man and a woman. One of the son of King David descendant will be on the throne. How could it be he will be on the throne? And none of the prophecy been fulfilled by him, that not Israeli people come back to Israel, not Israeli women come back to the Israel. None of the Israeli women haven't received the Spirit. That will be going to be happen in the end time when the temple will be built, when the son of King David will be there. But if you consider he was there already, nothing happened. Nothing happened. And out of that, the Christianity came out instead of Judaism. So all those things being New Testament had deceived 2 billion people. But let me tell you, whatever he did is good for the people, because people change. But he is trying to take the advantage of that in the end time by let everybody believe that Jewish Messiah will be the Antichrist. So wait for me to come in the cloud, which is not going to happen. Let me read few of the scriptures in Zechariah chapter to make you understand. Let's read Zechariah 2:10. Shout and glad, daughter of Zion, for I am coming and I will living with you. I will live among you. Listen what he says. Shout and be glad, daughter Zion, for I am coming and I will live among you, declares the Lord. Many nations will be joined with the Lord in that day and will become my people. I will live among you, and you will know that the Lord Almighty has sent me to you. The Lord will inherit the Judah as his portion in the Holy Land and will again choose Jerusalem. Never happened. This thing while he was there. Never happened. The next one, then he showed me Joshua the high priest. When we talk about this one, okay, they think that Jesus is the one who was caught up in heaven. No, sir. Jesus wasn't caught up in heaven. He never was there. And that's why they think that he died and rose again and he is sitting right hand of the God. And he will come in the end time in the cloud with his angel. It's not going to happen. It's not, because Son of Man already came in the cloud. So, unless there are 2 Son of Men, which is they're not talking about. Old Testament doesn't talk about. Even it is, if you read Zechariah chapter 3, Even though a lot of people, I believe there are a lot of people talk about there will be Ben David and Ben Joseph, but it's never mentioned about the Ben Joseph anywhere. But we can say because there are two tribes, and one is from tribe of Judah and Benjamin, and the other one 10 tribes with Ephraim. And maybe, they think that, okay, one will come from the line of Joseph and one come from the tribe of Judah. And also in Zechariah chapter talk about there are two anointed one, but two anointed, which anointed one? These two anointed one is from the beginning. They are from the beginning. They are assist the Lord from the earth. But that's a different story. But this Messiah is only one Messiah. Why not then he talk about that another one will come? Yes, also Revelation chapter talk about there will be two anointed one will come, because he used again there will be two anointed one because of the Zechariah chapter. The Zechariah chapter said there are two anointed one and they assist the Lord. They didn't come to do the Messiah work, to rebuilding the temple, bring the Israeli back, read the Torah, all those things. Those two anointed one is not going to do. It's the Messiah job, the king job. Yes, those are anointed, so do I am anointed as a king. And as a soul was anointed, my forefather, King David was anointed. That's what he's talking about. But there are not two Messiah. There is only one Messiah, only one Moshiach, the Ben David. Now they can say whatever they want to say. I'm not getting through all the Torah. I read, I'm not getting anywhere. There are two Messiah we talking about. But then, like I said, that's what the Rabbi and Rabbam and sages are talking about, or they just interpret the scriptures differently. Maybe I don't know. But as far as God haven't revealed me, there are two anointed one. So I'm just going to tell you, and even the Elijah, if Elijah will come, I'll be very happy, because he don't have no choice but the point at me. He don't have no choice, because if God is the one sending him, then he will let him know, and that way it will be easy on me. Then people will understand that I am not a false Messiah. I am not your fake Messiah. I am the one to come and build the house of the Lord. Now let me tell you, I've been telling you again and again, the things gonna change. Things gonna change suddenly, just like the COVID-19, and it's coming, because my time is right now. I am sure God reveals so many of them. Like I said in one of the video, that it was disconnected for a while because of some reason. He put it back, and today, in fact, he sent me the like button, whatever, he pushed the like button and sent me the message. So do people started to know who I am, the one God revealed them. The one not revealed, they will be revealed when these other people who've been revealed and come up in the front and start talking that our Messiah is here and he is the one. And some people will say that, oh, Messiah never going to tell that he is the Messiah. What do you all know? If God have chosen me, then I know who I am. What do you know about that? Or that the real Messiah do not proclaim? I don't know. Why am I proclaiming him? I do not want to do this job. If anybody he can take and bring it, I am fine with it. But if your God can change, then I can change. He cannot change his mind. I cannot change my mind, because he is inside of me. And he don't let me change my mind. I tried several times. I say, Lord, this is getting tough for me. This is really getting tough for me with a family. They expect me to be yesterday or last year. And I'm telling them, it's going to happen, it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Be patient. I have that patience, but they do not. They do not. So do I understand the world is not waiting for me, but you Jewish people knows what I am talking about. You should be happy that God have sent me to you so we can save the world. That's one of the questions one of the rabbi have, how he's going to get the Gentile. Well, like I said, God raised me into Gentile country, but got me out and revealed me who I am, what I am, and that's how I will able to get the Gentiles also. Because God do not look outwardly, He look inside of your heart. And that's why God knew it. He's omnipotent, all-knowing, everywhere, and He knew it. Beginning of the world, before He formed me in my mother womb, He knew who I am and He chose me for this purpose. Get ready. Get ready. I am here. We're going to build His house. We're going to build magnificent house for Him, where all the world of the people will come and worship the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It will be magnificent. You all will see the God glory. And that day everybody will know the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is real. There is no other God but only Him. Also, right now you see war of weapons are everywhere. From India to Pakistan to Russia to Ukraine to China to USA to all over the world right now. I heard about in Argentina something going on. I heard about Bangladesh something going on. I heard about, you name it. And everybody's trying to devour each other. And like Trump is trying to scare everybody because that's his job. And he will be succeed for a while. But in the end, just like what it says in the Daniel book, that saints will possess the land. And saints will be, which is the Israeli people, they will be the light of the world. And that's what exactly going to happen. Let's get together, call me. If God have revealed you who I am, be open, get out from the closet. Because remember, the first come, they will be on my team. They will be on my team. And the one who talks bad about me, I will forgive them, but they won't be on my team. And so even if as you are a rabbi, if I was you, I would consider, I keep my door open, not shut down. Even if I'm not, that you think I'm not, but why not keep the door open when you don't have nobody right now? Nobody other than me been telling you who I am. Nobody have guts to come up and tell you because they can't. They can't. They do not have no testimony, and they cannot use my testimony anymore because my testimony is out for 24 and a half years. Who's going to believe them? Because even though they use my testimony, they do not have the Spirit of the Lord within them. They cannot talk the way I talk. Now, I'm not going to read the scriptures by scriptures at this point. At this point, my job is to make you understand and have a faith in me, to believe in me that God have sent me. I am the one sent me to you so we can build the house for Him and bring all the Israeli back. I am your man. I am your Moshiach. Let's get together and start building the temple. Thank you and God bless you.